Today I'm going to show you how to make a mask, a masquerade mask to wear over a pair of glasses. As you can imagine, this is a very difficult thing to find in the shops. In fact, I wasn't able to find one, and the one that I did find didn't work very well. So I decided to make my own. So I've decided to follow Simply Katie, I think her name is, who makes glue gun masks. So you're going to need a glue gun and some sticks. She used about 4 or 5, I think, and she suggests putting a plate under your glue gun to catch the glue that inevitably dribbles out the end. I've got a hot glue gun, and the reason I'm doing it this way is because it's a hot glue gun. I can't glue directly over the acetate that my glasses are made from, and I don't want to take that risk because they cost a small mortgage. So what I've done, thanks Lizette for the idea, is found a pair of glasses that are almost exactly the same shape as my glasses, so that I can make a mask over the top of these. These are $2 shop ones. In fact, they were broken and only had one lens when I bought them for $2, so I was glad that that was all I paid. And some baking paper. Again, thanks Lizette. So what I did was I put the baking paper over the top of the glasses, and I used a Sharpie or any felt marker that you've got. This is a permanent one, to go around the frame and the inside as well, just to give me an idea where I need to put the glue. And also I'm going to paint the mask when it's finished. So I've got some blue paint. This is a water themed mask, and I've got some blue glitter paint, which I'm assuming is going to be sheer, which is why I'm putting the blue underneath it, because I don't really want it the colour of the glue. And I've got a dish for my paint, a couple of paint brushes, a skewer to make the holes in the sides of the mask, because I will need to attach it to something, and I intend to attach it to the arms of the glasses, because I don't want it to go around my head, because it'll pull too tight and pull my glasses against my face, which will hurt. Some water to wash out my brushes, a hat which nobody has seen before, ooh, and this is the hat that's going to be worn. And what I've done is I've drawn around the glasses, and then I've figured out the gap between the glasses and the hat brim, where it will come down to on my forehead, and I've drawn that gap so that I know where to start and where to stop. It's not going to be a very big mask, but as long as it achieves my desired result, I'll be happy. And I've got some sequins and some beads in the colours that I want to use. Now mine's water themed, so I'm having some dark coloured beads and sequins. They're blue with a sort of a pearly, pinky, nice sea sort of colours. My theme is PowerShell, so which is abalone if you're in America. And then I've got some greens and some blues and turquoise, which will go with the hat, and it will match in with the costume that I've made to go with it. So I've got my bottom layer, my middle layer, and my top layer, which will look like the depths of the sea going up to the white foam on the top, theoretically. So let's get started. I should have turned this on before I started the video, and I haven't. So I'll do that now, because they heat up quite quickly. Yeah. So I'm using a cutting mat underneath, just in case the heat. I didn't want it to stick to anything, and I didn't want the heat to affect anything. And it also gives me a solid surface to work on, because my bench space is not huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same shape that Simply Katie has outlined in her YouTube tutorial, which I will find and show you. And her name is Simply Claire, Klaire. Okay, so the mask that she has when I show you this. I'm not putting music on mine either because I can never hear what people say, which frustrates me. So this is the video that she has done. Here you go. And there's the mask. So that's the mask I'm modelling it off. So I've never made one of these before, so I wanted to give it a shot. And she says you need to pay particular attention around the eyes. And what she did was, this is actually an icicle mask that she's made, so it doesn't look like anyone's made a water mask. So we'll see how we go. So I'm not going to try and replicate the depths of the sea or anything like that. Well, she's pretty hot already. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to start just with, because I've never done anything like this before, I'm going to start, and this is brand new glue gun, so I've got to get the glue all the way through. I should have bought a more expensive one, but these little ones actually fit in my hands better, which is why I didn't. Goodness me, it's going quite far in. Ah, there we go. So I'll get my next one ready, because this one's nearly at an end, and I can smell the glue. Here it comes. So she suggests making dots. Now this has got to go over my nose, so I don't want to get too flash about how I do that. So now, and then she went round the eye. So I'm going to go around the glasses rather than the eye, for obvious reasons. So she just went and she did blobs, because she wanted it to look like the water had frozen. However, I don't mind, because I want mine to look like waves and the top of the water, as if the beach was coming into the shore, which is quite reminiscent of my last year travelling on the road and living at the beach. So the next thing she says you should do is you go up fairly small from the bridge of your nose, and as you go higher, trying to concentrate on what my glue gun is doing, and being a new one, I haven't used it before. It's only a 10 kilowatt, but it's still quite hot. She just made blobs and concentrated. This area around where the glasses will be needs to be a bit thicker, because she says you don't want it to break off. So that's as high as I'm going to go. And then you get over the eyebrow, you want it the highest. So got to start coming down again now. And then go around the outside horizontally and down a little. I saw some fabulous masks at the last year's masquerade ball that I was absolutely in awe of. People made them out of sticking feathers on a lace mask and just crazy things. It was just amazing to see. I'm not actually hiding my face this time. Got to go around the other side. Do the frame first. I can see why she said you need so many glue sticks. Just saying. And I'm from New Zealand, just in case anybody is wondering about my accent. Not Australia. Although we are said to be sister countries. A few convicts jumped off the boat in or hid and stowed away, and then went to New Zealand, and hence the pioneers of the Western culture in New Zealand. Some of them anyway. Some of them came from England, some from Ireland, some from Scotland. So same thing, I don't want this to come down because my glasses rest on my cheeks. I actually don't want it to come down very far. It's just to cover up the fact that I'm wearing glasses, which really doesn't look fantastic with a masquerade mask. A masquerade costume, I mean. The last thing you want is modern day glasses in a costume, and that also goes for other costumes that I've made for steampunk as well. Wiggly water is just fine with me. Gives it some interest if you just do dots as well. Although this glue is melting quite hot. So it's not really doing the dotty thing that I kind of hoped that it was going to do. But it doesn't matter, it's my first one, so I'm seriously not concerned. Fill in any gaps. She says to make sure that you fill in any gaps that you find. Go over it again. It's drying quite quickly, so if there's any gaps, or if you feel like you need to add a bit, like I feel like I do there, and just sprinkle out any bits that are, smooth it out a little. Happy with that. It's quite a quick process, as you can see. I like the fact that you can fix up your work a little bit after if you're not happy with it. Go through the glue sticks quite quickly, so I'm just checking that there aren't too many holes around the frame. Now I'm going to fill in the frame because I've got the frame on the glasses, and that's the point of doing the outside of the frame and the inside, because I don't want people to see the frame. I don't mind if they see my eyes, but I don't want them to see the frame, and it's black, so I really don't want that to show. The frame on my glasses is a little bit thicker than these ones, I think, but I don't want to fill it in so I can't see either, because I still need to be able to see. I have been known to go to costume events without my glasses on, and that proved rather difficult some way through the evening. So I hope this helps people who wear glasses to think of a different idea, that a way that they might be able to achieve what I've been trying to achieve here. It really doesn't matter if people can see the thick edge of glue. It's more important to me that they don't see the glasses, because I don't want that black frame. It's an evening event and I want to be all sparkle and shine. I've been watching my friend Piper, who is really out there in her costumes, and I'm taking a leaf out of her book, because if anything I'm very understated. as a rule. And now, and that the glue's dried a little, I'm going to go back over that and just add some texture, because you really want texture, is what Claire says, and I'm totally with her on that. I'm loving texture, as long as it's not too heavy. It's the main thing, because my neck doesn't tolerate heavy things. I'm also going to stick on the sequins and things as I can. I'll see how that process goes, because I haven't done it before. So Claire's obviously was icicles and mine's water, but I don't see a great difference in melted or frozen, except it's all an illusion, isn't it? That's the thing, it's all about illusion and mystery and intrigue and imagination. So here's hoping that I've got the shape right and the size right and things, and if it isn't too far off, I can also adjust it anyway. Necessary, I can waste another 5 glue sticks and make a new one. But I did like what she did, and I thought it was very clever and very innovative. I really thought it was cool. So I thought, hey, I can do that. It's something. I was going to make a warbler mask, and then I didn't quite have the confidence to do that, because I actually haven't made anything with my warbler before, although I've had it for a few years. I haven't had the confidence, and I haven't known what I wanted to make and stuff like that. Alrighty. Reasonably happy. It's still a bit smooth looking in places. I would really like it to melt. Not melt, I mean. I'd like it to stay nice and textured looking. That would be my ideal. I love how you can just add bits on though, it's just awesome. And I won't have a wig on this time. For the next party, I'm going to just let my hair go natural. It's fairly even, I'm pretty happy with that. So just got to turn off the glue gun, excuse me for coming in front of you, and this is what I'm left with. It's a little hard to see because of the window in the background, and these are the glasses it's going to go over, so I'll give that a test and just see how effective that is going to be, because the glue is still too warm to move the mask at the moment. I'll just wait till it solidifies properly. It's still a bit tacky, but if it goes over those glasses, which it looks like it will do, then it will go over my glasses, because they're almost identical in shape and size, which I will show you just for point of reference. There are my ones, my actual ones, and there are the $2 shop pair, and as you can see they're almost identical and they both fit the same, very very close, so those will do just nicely. Right, let's take them off and see how they fit. I put them on baking paper so that I could peel it off nice and easily. I wasn't counting on the fact that the black felt pen was going to come off onto the mask, which has happened, and that's okay because it'll be covered up with sequins and paint and stuff. Take away the strings, the glue strings. There's always glue strings, aren't there, with glue sticks. This is just cheap glue sticks too. I didn't pay much for them. So there are the glasses. There's the mask. pretty happy with that. There's a little bit here that could be just filled in a bit more, so I'll just do that now. Okay, just make sure that that's, while the glue gun's still got some heat in it. Okay, that's great. Mucho Petro. No, I don't speak Spanish. So, although that would be nice, I would actually prefer to be able to speak French, which I took at school. So that's my mask. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. It's pretty cool, eh? And flexible enough to go around the glasses and around my face without breaking.
Messenger audio.
Fantastic timing. Catch you soon.